Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, go ahead. everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, and I'm a part of United America First. And of course, tonight I'm going to take phone calls. We are streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on Facebook, of course. I'm going to take phone calls, and we're going to most definitely talk about what's going on in Vegas. And I want to hear what your point of view and what you think it is. Right before, I guess maybe just under an hour ago, I did a short live when I was on my way here. And I talked about what I was thinking, my thoughts, of course, what I've been saying is happening in the state of America. So let me turn my phone line on here. Give me 1 second. Hand me the pad so I can turn the. Okay, so one of the things that was brought to my attention was what happened in Charlottesville compared to what happened here. So one thing was that when the one person, the one idiot in Charlottesville ran someone down, they tried to blame all white people for what was happening in Charlottesville. They tried to blame everything that all Trump supporters would happen. And you know what's really sickening is that they have the audacity to say, well, these were Trump supporters that this guy was shooting, as if it's okay. Do you hear me? As if it's okay, because it was Trump supporters that this sicko was shooting, made it okay. That's what's really crazy about all of this. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I'm going to try something new tonight. So not only am I going to take phone calls, and I'm sorry, let me open up the phone line real quick. Okay. And let me put the phone line up on the screen for people who don't have the number. All right. Oops. I'm sorry. So if you want to call in the number right now. The line is open, and I want to hear what your opinion is on what you think was happening in the state of America. I mean, it's not just Vegas. So more of this is coming. And people need to recognize what is actually happening here. Let's see. Hello.
Hey, Will.
Yes. How you doing?
Hey, it's Rosalie McCormick. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's terrible what's going on.
It is, I'm not surprised in one little bit. I tried to connect with you once before. You were live, and you couldn't pull me in for some reason. But first of all, this is Plan B, okay? Hillary didn't win. This is Plan B.
I agree.
But if you go back, I mean, you look at what Lindsey Graham's father was doing, and a lot of this stems from that. These people have taken over our universities. They've taken over our schools. They've taken over our government. And this is the end result. We are in war. Okay?
That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. And I've been saying it. Sadly, I've been saying this for well over a year, for almost 2 years now, that there's an attack coming. I've been telling people, you've got to get ready. And sadly, they attacked this country concert, which they know consists of white people, and and even the liberal media is saying, well, it's Trump supporters as if it's okay.
Exactly. And you know what? The bottom line is, today it's the Trump supporters, but who is it tomorrow?
Well, ultimately, they want to go after Christians. That's the end goal.
Everybody.
That's the end goal, is for them to go after Christians. And the majority of the people in this country that are Christian are white.
The majority, yes, but anybody that's going to be a dissenting voice, whether it's Christians, Trump supporters, whatever. For a long time, I was in the prepper movement, and when I first saw you and Gabriel and everybody, I tried to bring awareness to what you guys were dealing with in California, and I only got one guy's attention, and it's like, I had a choice at some point. Do I stand up and say something, or do I stock my basement? I don't got kids. I don't have any skin in this game per se, but the thing of it is, it's my country and I love it. And I can't hide in my basement and stock up and wait for these people. You got to stand up. You got to do something, and so that's where I'm at today. But it doesn't end here. It doesn't end at country concerts. It doesn't end with white people. It doesn't end with Christians. Anybody that's a dissenting voice, sooner or later, is going to be a target. Anybody.
Exactly.
And again, this all stems from the same group that Lindsay's father, that group that he infiltrated, because it's the exact same people following Saul Alinsky, reading rules of radicals, implementing that into our government, into our schools, into everything. And it's about creating chaos. And this, Sandy Hook, yes, those kids died, but that was a false flag setup. Charlottesville was a false flag, because if you look into that guy, a year and a half ago, he was an Occupy Wall Street dude. There's a lot of shit that don't make sense. And the main goal, martial law, take the guns and then attack.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to take place here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I'm grateful. I am, because I'm getting old. In my late 50s, pushing 60. But when I saw you guys, I have to tell you, and I could start to cry, because I'm so grateful that there are people your age and younger that are seeing this and doing something. I am so very grateful for you.
Yeah. You know what? I just feel that this is the thing I'm supposed to do. This is what's going on. I mean, I see it. Everybody else sees it. It's crazy what's actually happening. And if we don't stand up now and we don't do something, we're all gonna lose. Hey, I want to thank you for calling in. I'm gonna take another call, okay? Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jesse. I'm calling from Kentucky, but I do have my views on what happened in Las Vegas.
Sure. Go ahead.
I do believe that this person was under MK Ultra. A lot of people do not want to talk about MK Ultra, but I do believe that it was a false flag, and I do believe that it was a sacrificial thing, because if we all know about Upper Masons, anything, the Bohemian Group, the Skulls and Bones, all those are secret societies. Even 9/11 was prophesized by Isaiah. So I do believe that our government are doing these false flags, they're doing these false terrorist attacks as satanic rituals to make us live in fear. And I also believe that we need to turn back to Yeshua, the Messiah. Because right now the world is going to shit, and we need to start loving each other and serving the Lord rather than earthly things. What is happening right now?
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of people are going to be fearful. A lot of people are going to be scared. I was talking to some people today, and they were saying, "Man, they were like, I'm scared. I don't even know if I should even go to like the mall or something," because as if they're going to be attacked themselves. And what a lot of people don't realize, that Antifa is like really deep behind all of this. And Antifa and ISIS. And you know what? I made a comment today saying that, Antifa equal ISIS. Like, was this a terrorist act? because the media is
Right.
trying not to say it was a terrorist act. If this had been Charlottesville's part 2, they would be all over the news talking about white supremacists. But they're not doing that here because the guy supposedly has ties to Islam. The guy has ties to Antifa, and he's a Democratic supporter. That's what's coming out right now, which we will find out more in the future.
Well, from what I've heard on Caleb, that he actually shot himself in the head after the situation. So I'm thinking, like, are you serious? So you have to try to sacrifice yourself to your false pagan god, Allah, which, just because of this, it's crazy that the Clintons, Obama, everybody is behind it. Nancy Pelosi, I mean, they're in on it. They will be in on it. And it's time to expose them for what they really are. Same thing with Pizzagate. I don't care what people have to say about Pizzagate. It is legit, and we have to expose the pedophile rings that's happening in America. Same thing with Vegas, because I have a friend that was working next door to what happened in Vegas today, and it just freaked me out that my friend Christian was just scared out of his mind that something like this has happened so close to home.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what? A lot of people, but I hear exactly what you're saying. But my point here is that I've been driving this. I've been saying this. I've been constantly saying this. Out of all the concerts, he could have gone to, and why that concert? Why a country's concert? And you know what? I'm not sitting there trying to say that, white people need to be scared. You need to stay indoors. You need to go close your doors, lock your doors, et cetera, because that's what they want people to do. Not only that, they want people to be violent. They want white people to come out and start shooting other people, because I'm telling you, I truly believe that the liberal left wants this chaos in America. They want all the shooting. They want all the violence. This is crazy. Yep. And I'm gonna keep talking about it all night. I'm not gonna stop talking about it. If this was Charlottesville and the president came out and said, and you can't even say this is violence on both sides. This is truly violence just from one side. They do not, and then even the media came out and said, well, this was Trump supporters, as if it's okay. Are you kidding me? This is sickening. They don't know if those are Trump supporters. When it comes to music, people just want to go to music. Same thing with football. Exactly. When people go to football games, they just want to watch football. People ingesting all of these politics and all of their views on what they like and dislike into music and the politics is ridiculous. And that's why we're here today. Hey, I want to thank you for calling in.
Thank you, buddy. You keep preaching the truth, man. I mean, I'm glad what you are doing. Keep spreading the truth and exposing the media for what they truly are. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Thank you, sir. God bless. All right, the phone line is open, 650-488-1076 if you want to call in and give me your views on what you think is happening today. Do you know anybody from Vegas? Are you in Vegas? Are you close to Vegas? I'd like to hear from you. Hello, my name is Will Johnson. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Roxanne from Sacramento.
How's it going, Roxanne?
It's going good. This kind of hit home. Nevada's actually a second home. I was born here in California, but my dad and his side lives in Nevada, and they work in Vegas and stuff, so they're okay. I confirmed they're okay. My dad called me, but it just kind of hit home with it all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has with a lot of people. I mean,
yeah. So,
you know what? If you really think about it, I guarantee that out of I guess it's 58 now, right? 50
yeah, that's last I heard.
Yeah, so out of those 58 that lost their lives last night, I guarantee that all of us somewhere in social media, I mean, that's as close, somewhere in social media that we have a friend of a friend that has a tie to one of those people. We all do. So it's like what happened last night is like it affects all of us. And it's not, and you know what? It's not about color. The sad thing is they are attacking people because they are Trump supporters. That's exactly what this was exactly what this monster did. And I'm telling you, Antifa, BLM, and BAM, when they're talking about November 4th, it begins. This is just a prequel to what's coming.
Yeah, I do believe this was someone that just couldn't wait. And my cousin works on the Strip, and he said it is so eerily quiet today at work that he wants to go home, but he can't.
Yeah,
So.
I bet. Is he in California as well?
No, he's in Vegas.
Oh, he's in Vegas.
He works in Vegas.
Oh,
he
yeah.
works
So I can
in
imagine.
Vegas.
I can imagine everywhere in
it's
Vegas
so
is really
quiet.
quiet right now. I can only imagine. I can imagine. I
He
mean,
said
you know what?
it's eerie.
Personally, you would think that the employers would say, you know what? Let's take one day and everybody just stay home because Vegas has never had this. America has never had this. I mean, if anyone's just in Vegas right now and you have employees right now, you might just consider what has just happened.
Yeah.
One day is not going to hurt the sales. Give these people time to recruit. Give these people, I mean, this is crazy. We have to be compassionate to what's happening here. And, you know, and it runs all through me because the liberal media is saying it's just Trump supporters. We have to remember this. The quote I saw, we have to remember these are Trump supporters.
Yeah, that was sick. That was so sick. When I seen that, I was sick.
It's unbelievable.
Like, oh, well, they're Trump supporters. Oh, well, who cares? They're Trump supporters. That was just sick.
Yeah. We have to remember these are Trump supporters. I mean, it's unbelievable when I saw that. So.
And it's that one guy at the baseball game, that guy that got injured at the baseball game. Didn't he just get out of the hospital?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that story.
I don't know if he did or didn't. I thought I heard he did, but it was just like weird. You know, one who got hurt from something similar to this gets out, and then it happens again. Gets better, and then it happens again.
See, it's disturbing. Hey, I want to thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
God
and,
bless.
you know, let you get to your other callers, and God bless everybody. Hope that this all changes for the better.
Yep. Take care.
Yep.
Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Will?
You know what? I'm doing good. It's just I don't like to be the person with like a you know what? I'm not even trying to say anything that I was saying actually came true. This horrible act here, no one knew it was going to happen except for the people that might have been involved. Nobody knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. I got in an argument with a guy at work yesterday, a white guy who said all whites are racist, and it's just like I can't take it anymore.
And see, and that's exactly what they want. And what's crazy is a lot of these people, they're hearing that information and they're listening to what's happening on the television. They're listening to these news reporters saying, well, they are Trump supporters, as if that's okay. I mean, what's going through the minds of these people that's reporting this? I mean, if this was Charlottesville, they would be saying every single white person, every single Trump supporter is racist. But they're not saying that. They're trying to blame it on a silencer that was never even used. Hillary Clinton tweeted out, "We need to ban silencers." On the rifle he was using, you can't use silencers because it would melt immediately, pretty much.
You got a little white kid being hanged in this rap video.
Yes. Yep.
You got the underlying tone of everything you see coming out of whether it's this magazine or that news outlet. The underlying tone is all whites are racist, and I can't. It's BS. It's straight up BS, and it's evil. It's an evil narrative, and that's what's driving this country apart.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And you know what? I'm not like trying to say, I know, I told you. I didn't want to be right about that. I don't, you know what? The thing is, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I have this all-seeing eye thing. A lot of people seeing it. When they started talking about you need to pay reparations or white privilege, because the white privilege thing just didn't happen the last 6 months. They've been talking about that for about 2 years. So It's been gradually more and more just getting to the point to where they're attacking white people, trying to get white people to be upset, trying to demonize white people. And you know what? And it dawned on me the other day. There's so many white people in America. They don't want to be called racist because they're not racist. And then a lot of white people, even some white people even go out their way, say, you know what, I'm not racist. So a lot of white people even go out their way just to show that they're not racist. I've noticed that.
And it becomes a complex because you're so used to being called a racist.
Yes.
And we got all these universities and celebrities coming out, and they're spitting the same narrative, and it's evil. It's satanic, really.
Exactly. And that, you know what? And that's why I say there's a demonic spirit that's going over, taking over the minds of these people, and they're pushing this narrative. And I'm telling everybody, because this is not something that I designed, it's something I did. This is just a warning. There is more coming. I would love to be wrong. Hopefully I'm just blowing hot air here and anything's gonna happen. Let's say this is the last thing that happens in America and everything is fine after that. Nothing else happens. But sadly, I don't think that's the case because they've already said Columbus Day, they're gonna go out and attack. This is the Antifa. They got a video saying on Columbus Day they're going to attack. And then on November 4th, Antifa, BAM, and BLM are all going to go out and they said they're going to march against the Trump-Pence regime. And they're going to be attacking people because they want to create this chaos. People have got to get ready. And when they go out, they're not going to be going out attacking black people. They're not going to be going out attacking Hispanics. They're not going to go out attacking Asians because they don't perceive those people the same way they perceive white people. And we're all just people. I mean, if everybody was born blind and we bled, we would still bleed the same color, even though we wouldn't see it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
It's been going on. The narrative has been going on for decades. This whole all whites are racist and all Republicans and conservatives. And it's such a BS thing. It's evil.
Yeah, and they have people believing it. Hey, I want to thank you for calling in.
Yep. Thanks, Will.
All right,
Bye.
Take care. This is crazy. This is crazy. I should not be correct on this. I don't want to be correct on this. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Texas.
Hello, Jennifer from Texas. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, I think it's interesting that when you look at the news reports, because I work from home and my job is to be online all the time.
Okay.
So I'm listening as the narrative comes out, and immediately you have people on Reddit. You've got 4chan. You have mainstream news showing Antifa Melbourne, Antifa, the one in Massachusetts, all these different things. And they immediately started reporting on that and then squashing it and then deleting it. It goes to cash.
You're talking about the Antifa ones out there saying, congratulations to our comrade?
Yes, that one, and then showing him in August, that guy that looks just like him in August, there at the rally there in Reno. They scrub all of that. And then ISIS claims responsibility. And then you've got the Mirror, you've got the Guardian. These are UK news outlets. They report immediately because I'm, looking at all these different ones. And then suddenly, like 5 hours later, it changes. Well, the reason ISIS is claiming it, even though historically they don't claim it unless there is some tie. They didn't do that in Manchester. They didn't do that in Orlando.
They didn't do it the day before in Canada. They didn't do it the day before in Canada. And it was an ISIS sympathizer in Canada that did that. They didn't take claim to that.
That's right. No, but they're taking claim to this one, even though they historically didn't. And all of a sudden, every single news story had the exact same line. They're doing it because they're losing ground in Syria, and it's an act of desperation. So even though this is something they really kind of don't do with something like this, there's always some tie. And we're confused as terror experts on why they would claim this when it's very different than all the others. They all had the exact same soundbite. And I thought, this is ridiculous. And then you get so many reports and videos of people, and it sounds like different shots, the actual volleys, but I'm not a ballistics expert. But at this point, I think most American people go, no matter what they say, we can't even believe it anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
because there's a disconnect the media, from what we're getting.
Yeah, the media tells us one thing. It's like, can we even believe it? And you know what? You're right, absolutely right. They started taking down everything that they had on him immediately. You know what? When the baseball shooter, when they're trying to kill the Republicans, when his actually stayed up a little bit longer than this guy. This guy was down immediately before people even woke up this morning. It was gone here on the West Coast. People can even find it.
That's right. Everything was scrubbed completely. And so you're listening to the sheriff, and it was very interesting. So I started writing it down because I'm going to catalog this in some way because I feel like, I don't know, I need to do it, right? And he says, okay, so 16 guns in the room, 1 handgun, .330 to .233 caliber, 10 bags. They found tannerite at his home in Mesquite, and they found ammonium nitrate in the car. The Players Club car doesn't belong to him, and they won't say who it is. The girlfriend who was there suddenly in Tokyo. They won't give any other things, but she's still a person of interest, and they're going to talk to her when she gets back. Now, how can you get 10 bags with rifles and guns, and a maid never noticed that, and you're there since the 28th?
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
you know what? That's many. There's so many questions here. It have everybody's head spinning if once all this information comes out. I've heard reports that he was working directly with different divisions in the military. I'm sorry, not the military, but the government. He was working with different departments in the government.
Yes, the sheriff said specifically, I cannot confirm nor deny his current or past ties with working with a government agency.
Right.
I can neither confirm nor deny any Antifa. We found nothing of ISIS. We did not find a manifesto. When they find nothing, they tell you they find nothing. When there might be something, they are very specific, and that's exactly what he did. I can neither confirm nor deny this.
Well, I've seen actual reports. I've seen actual reports, and I know a lot of people don't like. They think like InfoWars is completely like conspiracy theories, but you know what? They have been spot on with a lot of the information that they put out. Alex Jones, and I've listened to Alex Jones for years, and he's been spot on for a lot of the information that he's put out. And then, all of these people that know him, first responders and stuff like that, they contact him directly. And you know what? He has nothing to gain by saying that they found Antifa paraphernalia on this guy in the room with him at his home. He has nothing to gain from it. What is he going to gain from it? Another line in the story? I mean, seriously. And then so I truly believe Alex Jones' InfoWar more than I do any mainstream media, even over Fox News, because I was sitting there watching Fox News today, and they're talking about how this is just a lone guy just out here,
millionaire guy with no debt, no gambling debt, who just talked to his brother. He was just moved not too long ago. His brother didn't find any guns. He said he had a couple of handguns, but they were legal. And the brother, who's completely, of course, on TV, and he's like crazy with shock, says, why don't you ask him how he got guns like that? Where would he even get that? Because normal people like you and me, I would not know how to get it. Now, I have, I'm an NRA member.
That is a valid question.
How do you get that?
That is a valid question, because the rifles that he had were, you just can't go down to the gun store and get one.
No, you can't. And on liberal sites, if you ask these questions, now these are questions to prevent mass terror, right? To prevent this, you're a racist. Okay, what? I don't want this to ever happen to any other human being. And there was a black guy that died already that they showed. I'm not a racist. I don't want people to die.
Right.
Why am I not allowed to ask a question that could possibly stop it? Like,
Well, they don't want to stop it.
Why did the No, they don't
want to stop it.
That's
they don't want to stop it. They want this to go. You know what? The media. That's why the media playing it all day, trying to push this that they need more gun control and try to push this that. I mean, for them to make the statement that, hey, well, you have to remember it was Trump supporters, as if it's okay. I mean, it's sickening.
No. If the FBI would do their job and not give permits to someone like the Orlando shooter who got a permit, who filled it out, who was on the FBI terror list, if you would not put that stamp on approved and put deny for people who have reams of domestic violence and are insane, perhaps the gun laws would work if you would enact them.
Right.
We can act a million laws, but the government says, well, we'll have the gun checks. You'll have to give a full body cavity search. But then we're not going to do anything with them. We'll approve them and put them in a shredder. And then when a bunch of people die, eventually we will get your gun.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the end game. That is the end game.
Follow them.
Yep, that's the end game.
Yes.
Hey, yep. I want to thank you for calling in. I'm going to take some more calls, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, God bless. So, I'm going to say this one more time. If this was Charlottesville, the media will be saying white supremacists, and if Trump came out and said both sides, but here it is, clear as day. Now, I'm telling you, you're not going to have a conservative or a Trump supporter go to the 32nd floor of a building and shoot up a country music concert. It's not going to happen. So that's already right there. We can clear that up, trying to guess if he was a Republican, a conservative, Democrat, liberal, or not. We can clear that up. We can clear it up right now. Because you know good and well, any Trump supporter is not going to go do that. And then they're talking about, and then they go, well, Charlottesville. What's up, Gabriel?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, this is, you know what? I'm so fired up. And I was talking to my producer, and she brought up the point saying, you know what? If this was Charlottesville, I said, dude, you're absolutely right. Why didn't I think of that? You're absolutely right. If this was Charlottesville, the media would be going ballistic right now. They would probably be riding. I'm telling you, BLM, Antifa, BAM, all of them would be riding in the streets right now, tearing up stuff, burning up vehicles. Yeah. They will be doing it right now, tearing it all up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time. Big time. I mean, where was the news? Where was the mainstream media whenever the immigrant from Sudan went and shot up that church the other day, like a week ago? I mean, we didn't hear about it everywhere. But, my main thing is that I wanted to say, that there's a lot of information being thrown out there, and they're trying to dilute the truth by saturating with fake news, so it's hard to discern the truth. And so it's kind of good for people to take a step back and kind of let the facts play out and kind of take a good look at it. And then, my second point was that we should, stand together as a nation, stand together with these families, because think about it. A lot of these people, they got killed, and, they're supporting families and these kids long after the story's gone and the sensational media is gone. These families are going to be still hurting and in pain. Some of them lose their houses over this, and, you never know, how long that pain's going to last for them. So,
I mean, this is horrible.
To think of others.
Yeah, this is horrible. I mean, in one way or another, like I was talking to another caller earlier, that we are all tied to those people that lost their lives. One way, because I guarantee it. We can go on our friends list and we can drill down to their friend and their friend, their friend. We're all tied to them as some way. Not just the people that died, but the people who were injured, the people who were hurt. I guarantee it. We're all tied to them some way. So, I mean, for this to happen, and you know what? And I was saying earlier, I said, you know what? It's not like I'm saying I have this crystal ball and I'm saying, ooh, look what's going to happen. Look what's coming. I see it was happening. Yeah. And you see it was happening. Everybody see what's happening. And I'm just the biggest mouth yelling out about it. And a lot of people are like, well, I've had people say, well, you're just trying to get approval of white people. I don't want white people's approval. Not when it causes their lives like this. This is crazy. I don't need anybody's approval.
I can contest it. Will is a stand-up guy, you know, concerned for his country. And you know what, Will, we talk about this. One of the reasons why we started the Stop Domestic Terrorism campaign, you know, the thing is that we're at war in this country, and people need to understand one simple thing, is that war is not always defined as it was in the past, okay? We need to start looking away from how war was defined in the past and look at now. Now war is about infiltrating government. Everybody's figured out that America's weak point is becoming government, becoming city council and mayors, implementing policies for your group's interests, and then, you know, these attacks, what's going on right now. So we can't trust the sly snakes that take advantage of our innocence, of our ethics, of our morals, and our kindness as a country. We need to start smartening up and seeing the actions and what's behind all this. So appreciate, you know, I've always appreciate you speaking out, Will. You're doing God's work. I firmly believe that.
Man, you know what? I just feel that I have to speak up for everything that's happening, for what's going on. And, you know, before I started doing these videos, I had no idea that one day that I would have such a platform to where people would like pay attention to what I'm saying. I didn't wake up one day and say, this is what I'm going to do. So I give all credit to God for anything that, and I pray and I ask God to use me to get anything that people need to hear. What people need to hear. And I ask him to use me to talk to people. I mean, because there's no way that I could orchestrate any of this. There's no way. So I give God all the credit. Yeah. And what's happening right now, we are in a different time. We're in a different age where things are not the same. We are truly in the end times. We have these fires going on. We have these earthquakes going on. We have these storms going on. We have these wars and rumors of wars. We are literally at war here. We have these people doing this crazy stuff, and it's this demonic spirit. See, people don't even realize it, that in the end times, there will be a demonic spirit taking them over the minds of these people to get people to believe in the lawlessness, to think that the wrong things that they're doing is okay. Why do you think that they come out and they call everybody white fascists? Why do they call everybody white neo-Nazis? Just because they voted the way they didn't vote. And then more than half the white people they're talking about voted for Obama before. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's a demonic spirit taking over, and that's exactly what's happening here. And people need to wake up to what's actually happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. One more thing, you know, what they're doing when they label and they do this, we've seen, you know, the movies where, you know, they're glorifying punching Nazis and things like that. One of the things that the reason why they're labeling everybody a Nazi or a white supremacist is because they're trying to make it normalized and make people okay with killing these Nazis and these white supremacists because they're so horrible they don't deserve to live, right?
Yep.
And so all they have to do is deem everybody a Nazi, and it's okay to publicly, you know, demonstrate violence or death against these people.
Yep. It's just like Yvette. What's her last name?
Yvette Flarka.
Yvette Flarka talking about, well, he's a white supremacist, a neo-Nazi, a fascist, so I shouldn't be arrested for attacking them. I shouldn't be arrested for being violent against them. I mean, they have the same mentality she has. And I'm telling you, and the reason why is just a great example. There's people on the East Coast that have the same mentality as she does, that's okay with attacking people. This guy that was in Vegas, I'm willing to bet, maybe or maybe not, but I'm willing to bet that he didn't have a conversation with her because she has the same mentality as he does. It's okay to shoot these fascist neo-Nazis. That's what they have in their head. I mean, dude, this is crazy. And this is the time we're in. It's not like we're watching something on TV and we're like making it up. It's not like even a skit. Okay, let me see what's in the script here. Okay, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that, you know, they're getting ready to attack all white people at a concert. That's not what's happening. What's happening is reality. This is actually happening. This is terrible. This is horrible. Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling in.
I appreciate it. Much love, brother.
All right, take care. This is horrible, people. This is horrible. And the media is not helping it at all. Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Will, this is Robin with the Mad T Show. How you doing?
How you doing? Long time
I'm good.
no talk. Do you know, this is crazy.
I know.
This is crazy. I mean, it's you know what? It's actually hurtful. I actually talked to my mother today, and I was talking to her this morning, and she could barely talk on the phone because she just wanted to, she had tears. I could hear it. She said, "This is just terrible. Why?" I mean, we can have disagreements and stuff, but I mean, she was just coming to tears. This is hurtful.
It really is. It truly is. And the problem is, what's happening is so many people trying to get to the bottom of it and to weed through all of this misinformation. And in the meantime, we have 58 people dead and all these people injured, and it's just complete chaos. But I was calling to share something with you that I came across because I was thinking, why Mandalay Bay? And so I did a little research and found out that the name of the company that owns Mandalay Bay is the MGM Resort International, and they had just been featured on PamGeller.com and in a few news articles because the CEO, let me find his name again, I'm sorry. The CEO had, right after Charlottesville and Barcelona, he had come out and said that he denounced hate speech and hate-based actions, and that he was going to offer to match his employees' donations to civil rights groups, including the Anti-Defamation League, CARE, NAACP, Southern Poverty Law Center.
Really?
So I just thought that tie was very interesting, that we have the owner of Mandalay Bay basically, clearly a leftist and supporting Islamic terrorists.
Wow, that is the timing. That is very interesting. And then, you know what? A lot of people are questioning. I had one lady call in earlier, and I've had other people talk about it too, because he was there since Thursday. And what about the the people that come in and they clean the room and they make your bed and they vacuum? If you're there you're there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and this took place Sunday evening, you're talking about 4 days.
They said they saw nothing. Exactly.
Or 3 days for them to come in. 3
days, yeah.
At least 3 days for them to come in there. And they said, well, they didn't see anything. For him to have all of those weapons, he didn't bring them all in at one time. Unless somebody brought him up a freight elevator or something at one time and say, boom, here you go, and they left.
Yeah. He had unfettered access. Whoever it was that carried this out, whether it was this Paddock guy or whoever it was, had unfettered access to that building. And I truly believe that.
And one thing I've noticed, they haven't released any of the hotel footage because they have cameras all over. And these casinos, they have some of the best security in the world. And they mean to tell me that they haven't released any video footage of him walking in and out. I mean, I imagine that they're going through the footage. I mean, are they going to release any of it? Because, you would think they would have showed something by now with him walking in with a bag or something.
Something. And let's not forget, too, 4 months ago, there was a whole thing about the ISIS, I don't know if you remember the propaganda video they had done about Vegas. 4 months ago, they were saying that they were going to target Vegas.
Yeah, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Someone shared it with me today. There's an ISIS video where they were showing different landmarks in Vegas to attack. And that's why I've been saying Antifa equals ISIS. Because if anyone just go Google Antifa and click on images at the top, the first image you see, they look just like ISIS. They are ISIS in America. Yes, they are ISIS in America. I don't care if they're what they call themselves here, but they are ISIS. Antifa and ISIS, they're one and the same.
And I believe they're being funded by the same people.
Yes. So I had on Claire Lopez. She was a CIA, and she was telling me that the Antifa movement, whatever you want to call it, because now they're not saying it's a group or a member, but they're being funded by the Muslim Brotherhood. And to my understanding, the Muslim Brotherhood is being funded by ISIS. So there it is. I mean, there's the connection. And then what was amazing to me is some people saying, oh, you're trying to tie the two together when they're not. They are together. I don't care what anyone says. They are together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're bedfellows for sure.
Yep.
For sure. And then I don't know if you had also heard, because I try to stay away from conspiracy theories, but I really like to do my research.
Right.
And there is a thing out there. People have said that the news of that news broke, I think, like a few days early, with this guy's name mentioned in the headlines for CNN. I really need to look into that, but I have seen screenshots of it that prove that it was from September 29th. So that's just another thing that's very strange.
Huh, interesting. What do you know what he was in there for?
Oh, for exactly this event. If you go on Facebook, Liz Crokin, I don't know if you've heard of Liz Crokin. She's a journalist and a researcher. Look up Liz Crokin, go to Facebook, and she has that posted.
Really?
It's a screenshot
Liz Crokin.
of this headline. Yeah,
really?
Crokin, of the headline of Stephen Paddock
and that's her Facebook.
And guess which news site? I'll give you one guess.
CNN. Oh, you said news
you got
site.
It.
CNN, really?
Yeah, their website.
Wow. Can you do me a favor? Can you please send me that link?
Sure, I'll go do that right now. Send it to you on Facebook Messenger.
Yes, thank you so much. All right.
Okay. Thanks so much for all you do.
No, thank you for calling.
Okay.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let me open the phone line back up. You know what? There's going to be so much information coming out about what took place here. And you notice even all day, I mean, I'm pretty sure all day, all they've been talking about is gun control, the NRA. Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Jermaine Bosser from the Crew Files.
What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm just, I'm kind of worked up because of what's taking place here. I'm just worked up about what's going on here.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yes.
When it first happened, it took a hold of me, and I can't believe that our America is turning into a war zone. And I need people to just pray to God that we can see us through this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's something that's so terrible, and I want everybody just to unite behind this and unite behind America and what's going on. Exactly.
You know what? I completely agree with you. And this is the time we need to come together. I mean, at any other time when Trump came out and he talked about what happened in Vegas, that was the only time I seen CNN or MSNBC or any of them say anything positive about what the president said. That's the first time since he's been in office that they said anything positive about what he said. And I think the only reason why they're doing that is because they want to deflect from the whole reason that this guy is a leftist. They don't want to, I'm telling you, they're pushing away from it. And I'm encouraging anybody who's watching this that consider themselves a Democrat, you really need to look exactly how they're spinning this. Because they don't, I mean, I'm telling you, this is horrible.
It's super horrible. And if you look at, I don't know if you look at some of the stuff that came out about Melbourne Antifa fascists, but they're actually taking some credit for this as well.
They are.
Saying that
they are.
The comrades.
Yeah.
So people need to start waking up. I wouldn't trust the mainstream media because of the way they're trying to spin it right now. They don't know that this is actually bringing more people to President Trump more than anything if they don't know that what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing that President Trump is trying to unite the country. He's actually for the country.
Yep.
And we actually know who the people are against our country. They're right in our face now. We know who they are, Will.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not hiding anymore.
No, they're not hiding anymore. I mean, but see, this is just like a sample, my opinion. And God, I hope I'm wrong. But I believe this is just a sample of what they're going to be doing come November 4th. Because they've already admitted, BLM, BAM, and Antifa already said November 4th, they're going out in a march against the Trump-Pence regime, and they want people to be violent, be aggressive as much as possible across the nation. And they say, just because it starts November 4th, then the next day, and then the next day. And they say they want more people to come up. They want people not even go to work, just to go hit the streets, just cause disruption like never before. And if they get more people, and if they have, you know what? All that takes is for 100 people to be like this guy last night throughout the country in various places. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
One thing I want to tell you, I run a radio show here, and it predominantly I speak about black issues. And black folks went all over the internet. I've been messaged back and forth from people, and what I've seen in the black community, a lot of black folks seem to be not concerned about it, for the simple fact, it's those people might have been Trump supporters and they were at a country music festival. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Dude,
the type of hatred
it is
say such a thing like that.
It is beyond sickening, and that's why I said there's a demonic spirit that's taken over, having these people believe that the lawlessness that they're doing is okay.
They were outraged over one person.
In Charlottesville, they would say, "Oh, Charlottesville, the guy ran, the racist white supremacist ran over that lady and they killed her. This is terrible. Look at all the white people. Look at all the white people." But this guy, he shoot and kill 50 people, and then they're talking about, well, we need to get rid of the guns. The guns are the problem. The guns are the problem. They're not even talking about what happened, and then they bring people on acting like they're, this is so horrible. Look what happened. We really need to get rid of the guns so this doesn't happen anymore. As if they're not going to take trucks and run people down, if they're not going to take knives and slice people up. I mean, this is the mentality. This is ridiculous. This is the reality we live in, man. This is, it's like I'm at a loss of words. How do people cope with this? And I can't even imagine how the people that were at that concert, just hearing like they're in Iraq or Baghdad or somewhere in Afghanistan, and you just hear this pow, 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 pow. And some of the videos I watch, man, it's like, and it's like, dude, it's like you can't even stop watching it because you hear the gunfire, pop, 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 pop. And it's like, dude, is this real? Is this real?
Yeah, it's going to change a lot of people's lives for the rest of their lives yesterday when it happened. And, it's just something that I believe that Americans, we need to stick behind our president. We need to mobilize. We need to keep our eyes open and our ears open to make sure that, hey, if you hear anything, you see anything, you alert the right people, and we need to be patriotic, or else our country is over. We need to stand for our country, and we need to unite behind America, like your program is. Unite America first.
Yeah, we have to, and we have to do something. Hey, so before I let you go, tell everyone again how to follow you and where you can see some of your videos.
Oh yeah, you can follow me at coolfiles.com, and you can also go to Facebook and type in Jermaine Botsill. You'll see my videos there as well, and you'll catch clips of my show.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for calling in.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
You know what? And the young lady that called before that, she has a TV show called The Mad TV Show. And she has a really good one, too. The Mad T Show. You guys really need to check her out. She's really good, too. I should have had her say it before she got off. Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Will? This is Thomas, the hillbilly. What's going on?
What's going on, Thomas?
Yeah, not much, man. Just trying to assess this craziness.
You know what? After this happened, I like the style of music I like listening to is like jazz, and I do like the hip hop a little bit, not none of that crazy stuff, but I like the beat. I like jazz. But you know what? After this, I think I'm gonna make a point to go to a country concert. country music concert. No, I'm serious, dude.
I think you should.
I am straight up serious. I think I'm gonna make a point to go. If someone's in Northern California and they're gonna go to a country concert and there's one is coming, you need to hit me up because I think I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go to show my support.
I think you should, man. But the thing that gets me about this, and it kind of hit me, you know, our society over the last 20, 30, maybe even 50 years has continually moved to the left. And a couple callers ago, you were talking about the demons and everything. Well, we've just left traditional family values, you know, laying by the wayside. I mean, you know, our society, and they continue to push it. But about this shooting, you know, I don't hear anybody talking. I saw a clip, I think it was from Sky News maybe, of a girl that said there was a woman going through the crowd telling people to leave because they're going to die like 45 minutes.
Yep, I heard
before all that.
Yep, I saw a small clip on that. They said they said she was Hispanic, and if I'm not mistaken, it was her and another person, a guy that was with her, and they were going around and said, "You white people, you're gonna die tonight. You white people, you're gonna die tonight." And they kicked her out because she was being disruptive. And you know, she literally saying, "You white people are gonna die." How does she know that? How does she know that? And then they talking about this is just a long guy just out there doing his thing. I mean, this is crazy.
It's a lone gunman that somehow was able to move an entire National Guard battery to a motel room with 23 firearms and untold thousands amount of ammunition. Been there for 3 days. I mean, it's shit.
And then they don't see anything when they come in and clean the room. Oh, don't mind the rifles or anything. You don't see that. That's not really there.
His Facebook page was gone before anybody had the chance.
Yep.
You know, you remember the guy up in Oregon, I think it was, that stabbed those two people, and they went off on him about how he was a Trump supporter and a conservative and all this, and they left his page up long enough for people to go back to see that he was actually a Bernie supporter. But this guy's page, you know, was gone before anybody was even out of bed.
I mean, it's almost,
that right there,
it's almost like, it's almost before the news even reported they removed it.
Exactly. It was gone. I mean, it was gone. I think I've heard people say, well, I've got screenshots of it or something, but I've not seen any. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen the only picture I've seen of him is the one where he have his eyes closed.
That's it.
And then they said there's another picture where he have like the pink kitty cat hat on, but we can't really tell if that's him because of the quality of the picture.
Right. It's horrible. But and then his woman ends up in Tokyo. I mean, you know, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I kind of try to deal in logic.
Yeah.
And what you know.
That's blatant right there.
Something just don't smell right about
it.
That's
just
the dots just don't connect here.
They
don't connect at all.
And is she actually gonna come back?
She's on her way.
That's the issue. Was she running? Did she know what was about to go down? Was she trying to get gone? Did she leave? I mean, did she hop a plane, you know, with 15 minutes before the guy started shooting?
So the question is when did she leave? You know, that's one of the questions. When did she leave When did she leave the country? And you say she's coming back?
They said she was on her way back.
So my producer said that she says she's on her way back. Well, we'll actually see if she actually sets foot here.
Because she needs to come back. I think she needs to answer some questions.
Yeah, and you know what? And I guarantee as soon as she get back, she's gonna have the best security in the world.
Oh, you know it.
She's gonna have the best security. She's gonna have better security than Trump does. I'm telling you, watch.
It's a shame. And one more thing, and after I say this, I'll let you go. I see some of the posts. One from a teacher, you know, earlier today, talking about that she just prays that only Trump supporters are hit, and then another one talking about kill, and you know, if a conservative or even a libertarian or anybody was to make any kind of a tweet or a social media post or anything of that magnitude.
Yeah.
If anything, do you understand how much a person would go through?
Oh man,
it's like a total double standard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yes, they justify because it's Trump supporters. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yep.
We're all Nazis. Appreciate it, Will. Y'all have a good one.
All right, take care. You know what? He's absolutely right. And just like I've been saying, had it been the other way around, and they could say that, this was a neo-Nazi, white supremacist shooting up people. They're not calling him white supremacist. Not one time. Not one time. If someone has a clip with CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, UBS, UTV, ATV, CBTV, if you see anything with him, Univision, are any of them saying that this was a white supremacist? That is a valid question. Are any of them, did any of them one time say that he was a white supremacist? Just one time. Just one time. Just one. All right, I'm going to leave you guys on this note. You've got to get ready what's happening here in America. This is not something that just bowled overnight. This is not one guy that just decided to go into a hotel room and find people that was at a concert. He wasn't walking by the embassy and decided to start shooting the embassy up. This was planned out. This was clearly planned out. This was no out of the whim, someone just decided to start shooting people at a concert. This is straight up domestic terrorists in America. Straight up. Antifa, BLM, BAM. The leftists, everything the left, all these hate groups that the left support, they are domestic terrorists in America. And if yesterday was not a clue to tell you that, then there's nothing going to tell you, nothing's going to show you that. If you don't realize that these groups the hateful left is creating are domestic terrorist groups, then you're not going to see it.
Yeah, and if you're a moderate Democrat, you better pay attention.
You're not going to see it. Absolutely. And if you're a moderate Democrat, you got to wake up to what's actually happening here. Because we don't want to fight. We want everything to be peaceful, but dude, it is literally one side doing this. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, UnitedAmericaFirst.com. Good night and God bless. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, and I'm a part of United America First. And of course, tonight I'm going to take phone calls. We are streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on Facebook, of course. I'm going to take phone calls, and we're going to most definitely talk about what's. So I'm going to try something new tonight. So not only am I going to take phone calls, and I'm sorry, let me open up the phone line real quick. Okay. And let me put the phone line up on the screen for people who don't have the number. All right. Oops. I'm sorry. So if you want to call in the number right now. The line is open, and I want to hear what your opinion is on what you think was happening in the state of America. I mean, it's not just Vegas. So more of this is coming. And people need to recognize what is actually happening here. Let's see. Hello.
Hey, Will.
Yes. How you doing?
Hey, it's Rosalie McCormick. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's terrible what's going on.
It is, I'm not surprised in one little bit. I tried to connect with you once before. You were live, and you couldn't pull me in for some reason. But first of all, this is Plan B, okay? Hillary didn't win. This is Plan B.
I agree.
If you go back, I mean, you look at what Lindsey Grathwall's father was doing, and a lot of this stems from that. These people have taken over our universities, they've taken over our schools, they've taken over our government, and this is the end result. We are in war. Okay,
that's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. And I've been saying it. Sadly, I've been saying this for well over a year, for almost 2 years now, going on in Vegas. And I want to hear what your point of view and what you think it is. Right before, I guess maybe just under an hour ago, I did a short live when I was on my way here. And I talked about what I was thinking, my thoughts, of course, what I've been saying is happening in the state of America. So let me turn my phone line on here. Give me 1 second. Hand me the pad so I can turn the. Okay, so one of the things that was brought to my attention was what happened in Charlottesville compared to what happened here. So one thing was that when the one idiot in Charlottesville ran someone down, they tried to blame all white people for what was happening in Charlottesville. They tried to blame everything that all Trump supporters would happen. And what's really sickening is that they have the audacity to say, well, these were Trump supporters that this guy was shooting, as if it's okay. Do you hear me? As if it's okay, because it was Trump supporters that this sicko was shooting, made it okay. That's what's really crazy about all of this. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.